So what was known as Project Scorpio for the past year or so has been named the Xbox One X. In the ongoing E3 press conference, Microsoft announced their newest console, and this video is everything that you need to know about the new Xbox One X. We're gonna start off with design. To me, it's not particularly inspired. You're looking at pretty much a black box and has most of its design cues from the Xbox One S in a slightly smaller body. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because the Xbox One S is great, it's modern looking and overall has this nice feel to it. But at the same time, if you're making the world's most powerful console, you want to make it unique. If you stand outside a store and look at both of these consoles, you want the consumers to know that the better looking one has the better processor, it has the better power. And in this regard, Microsoft really missed the trick. With all the hype surrounding Project Scorpio, they could have really capitalized, but I'm pretty disappointed with how the design has surfaced or has gone. The variety in connectivity options though is a nice touch. You're getting HDMI in, HDMI out, 2 USB ports, 1 USB port on the front, as well as the optical audio port, the IR port for using your wireless controllers, as well as the Ethernet port, of course, with the power port, because that's what is powering the Xbox One X. But at the same time, these are very generic ports for 2017. And if Microsoft really wants to push the boundaries for next-gen gaming, they could have added a next-gen port, maybe a USB-C port on the console itself, or even a USB-C port on the controllers, which, by the way, look absolutely identical to previous Xbox One and Xbox One S controllers. So they could have made it unique in that way, or they could have gone the extra mile and maybe added 2 disc slots on the console itself. I don't know how possible that is or the engineering that goes behind it, but it could have been a very, very unique feature. And I think in the future we might see it with all of this power that's going into these consoles. Speaking of power though, that's where the Xbox One X really shines. You're getting AMD's 2.3 GHz octa-core processor as well as 12 GB of DDR5 RAM. To add, you're getting this GPU that's clocked at 1270 MHz, which is 250 MHz or so more than the PS4 Pro, making for an overall 40% increase in power. And what Microsoft is doing to market the Xbox One X is actually state a teraflop value in the marketing material. The Xbox One X can do 6 teraflops while the PS4 Pro can do 4.2 teraflops. And to me, this is just a comparison value and a theoretical value and doesn't really transform to real world performance. So I'm gonna stick to when I see that performance increase, and it's sort of like benchmarks on phones, if you get what I mean. Anyways, all of that aside, I think the one shame the Xbox One X is suffering from is the fact that it cannot support Windows 10 or even 10S. Microsoft is really pushing to make their consoles the ultimate media streaming platform, and if they really want to do it, why not just add Windows 10 onto your machine? It makes everyone so much happier, but they just don't seem to get it. That being said, all of the power that I talked about previously is at least being put to good use. You get backwards compatibility with Xbox One games as well as Xbox 360 games, so that's a real major plus point on the Xbox One X's front. Xbox One games that previously ran at 900 or 1080p will now run natively at 4K, and 360 games that are supported will also see a significant bump up in terms of performance. And when you combine all of that with the HDR technology that the Xbox One X brings, as well as the Dolby Atmos sound support, you're getting a very immersive experience. The only catch though is that not every single game will support this enhanced gaming experience, especially for a person like myself who still has a 1080p display. You're not going to be seeing all of those really, game-changing things on the display because the display quality is bottlenecking the entire system. But what is bottlenecking the system itself, I think, is the storage. With 1 terabyte of storage on the Xbox One X, you're looking at a very narrow gaming library. And especially when people download all of their games today, I think the 1 terabytes of storage will very quickly diminish. So if Microsoft could have given 2 terabytes, for example, it would have made, kind of a significant difference. But I know Microsoft has to pay attention to pricing, and that's exactly what I'm getting at. The console, the Xbox One X, is expected to be available sometime in the holiday season. I think November 7th is the official release date, and it will cost $499, which makes it double the price of the Xbox One S and more than the PS4 Pro itself. Do keep in mind the PS4 Pro doesn't support this native gaming experience that the Xbox One X does, and to me the Xbox One X makes sense for anyone who has this HDR equipped TV as well as the 4K TV all lying around at home, and I think this would make the perfect console for someone like that. But if you're the kind of guy who just casually games, doesn't have the highest tech TV, or has a 1080p TV like myself, you don't necessarily want to be spending on the Xbox One X when you can get the Xbox One S or the PS4 Pro for considerably cheaper. And there you have it. That's everything you need to know about the Xbox One X and a bit more from myself as well. Let me know what you guys think about the new console and the video down in the comments below. And while you're at it, definitely subscribe for more videos in the future. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the very next one. Adios.